Hello, and welcome to A Place to Call Home. It's our weekly series where we delve into topics and organizations all across Southwest Louisiana. Here today, my very special guest live in studio with me is Mr. Al Leggett, and he's from Acadiana Progressive, the organization. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Portia. Glad to be here.
All right, it's good to have you here. I fell upon this group recently, and I kind of like some of the things that you're doing, so I wanted to have you here to explain who Acadiana Progressive is, what the organization is all about, how long you've been a part of it, and what made you want to be a part of it.
Okay, well, Acadiana Progressive has been around since late January, and basically it's just a group of people that are trying to make a change here in Acadiana for the better, trying to inform and educate people about some of the goings on to where they can make better choices. We have some political things we do. We have get-togethers. We get people, experts basically, coming in from various places, Baton Rouge for one, to tell people about what's going on, like with the financial situation, for instance, that sort of thing. But we're basically a group of volunteer activists, you might say, and I personally got into it, I would say, in March, and had some concerns about the way some things were going, and decided, well, I need to do something about it. And I just happened to get connected with another gentleman that was one of the founders, I guess you could say, and we discussed it for a little while, and I went to one of the meetings, and I'm quite happy with it.
And the group is steadily growing. I like that. And you're involved in some political things. We're approaching a political season.
Yeah.
And your first event was a big political thing where a lot of the candidates in the upcoming races were introduced at the Clifton Chenier Center. I hear that was a successful event. And
we were pretty happy with it. We had 3 candidates that, rose to the occasion, as I was saying, when at the event.
Are you a PAC?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just, we're not, no 501(c) or no, we're just a group of individuals trying to, and I think succeeding.
And a diverse group.
Yes, quite a diverse group. Just trying to get some information out to people, because a lot of times, well, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said if people have good information, they make good decisions.
Right.
And another thing I think is that responsible government takes responsible citizens, and that's what we're trying to promote. Among one thing we're trying to promote.
And you're not party affiliated, and you do not endorse candidates.
That is correct.
Okay. By that, I want to say that you told me at our first meeting that you were an independent.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm a Democrat, and it's good that we can share some common ideas and common goals and common thoughts, and I like that diversity that is in the group, and it's, you hear about all kinds of groups here in Lafayette, and I was glad to follow up on this one.
Well, we're glad you did. Getting back to the party affiliation, I guess I consider myself to be independent because I want to vote for who I want to vote for, or take up whatever issue that I think is a good issue. And when you get right down to it, our name is Progressive, and I think just about anybody can be progressive. I mean, it just means you're trying to advance the situation, trying to get from to there, from here, or whatever. You got some kind of objective, and you're trying to make some progress, which is what we're trying to do, and of course trying to help the citizens of Acadiana do the same.
What I want to ask, what is one of your main concerns about Lafayette? And I'm not going to ask the obvious. I want to ask what's right about it, not what's wrong, what's right.
Well, Lafayette's a nice place to live. It's got a lot of good things about it. I've been living here off and on for 15, 16 years, something like that. I moved over from Lake Charles, and
really, that's my hometown.
Well, it's kind of like Lake Charles too, but I think I like Lafayette a little bit better. no offense to anyone from Lake Charles, but the it's a beautiful city. I think got more restaurants than any place I've ever seen.
Well, yeah.
But it's just a nice place to live. I mean, obviously there's some things that could be tweaked a little bit and improved upon, but then we've had some people at our what we call brown bag lunches, which we try to set up every month to bring, like I say, bring people in to talk about issues. And there's pretty good size housing construction going on in the downtown area, or will be, that, well thought out. They're thinking about the future, thinking about it, 10 years, 20 years down the road. And well, I mean, I don't know, I could go on and on, I guess, about the things I like about Lafayette. You got good parks, zoo not too far from here.
What is one of your main concerns, and something that you really, really just are concerned about?
With Lafayette?
With
or
the group?
Acadiana, I guess for me it's politics. And the people that basically are supposed to be our servants, okay?
Right.
The public servant. I used to be a public servant. That's what I used to do. Not politics, but I was a public servant. And that was my job, was to provide service to the flying public, basically. But I don't think they're doing that.
Because you did tell me you were a pilot.
No, air traffic control.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of those guys.
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you ever fall asleep?
No, try not to do that.
Okay.
But we could make
Yeah.
could make another show on that, I'm
Okay.
sure. But,
Yeah.
No, we elect people, or, here's the theory, we elect people to work on our behalf, to do what we want.
Right.
To do what's best for, individuals and also for the group. The governor, for instance, supposed to be doing what's best for the state, and thereby should benefit each individual. Maybe some people are going to, get a little bit more than others, or some people things are going to work out a little bit better and all that. But generally, that's what I see the job of the governor being, for instance, or the representatives. The state senators or state reps or whatever. I mean, that's what they're up there for, is to make things work for us, the people.
Well, here, one of my pet peeves, especially politically, is that we elect people who I pull the lever for thinking I've cast my vote for the right person, and then something happens midstream. Either they switch parties, that has gone on a lot here in the state of Louisiana, or they just don't represent their constituency. And that bothers me. It bothers me.
Well, it bothers me too, and I'm sure we're not the only two people around here who it bothers, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be representing our interests. Some of them do, and some of them don't. Got to look at where the money's coming from.
We have to emphasize voting for this upcoming election season.
Oh, yeah.
Most important.
Oh, it's extremely important.
A lot of people don't even know that an election is up and coming, believe it or not. It just seems like people are very passive this time around. Louisiana politics is always something that's very, very exciting to me. When it's political time, you hear you hear everybody. But it seems that this has just been a blasé, slow political season. I don't know if that's because qualifying is so late in the season. I don't know why. I don't hear much talk going on. It's just quiet. It's like it's real,
That's a tough one. Louisiana is, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seems like the dates are a little bit different than the most common national dates. That may have something to do with it. But then also, I don't know if that's it, or I don't think people are happy with what they have, but maybe they're not sure how to get what they want, how to go about it, what to do about it.
Well, one sure way is to get out and vote.
Well, yeah, and get in voting. I mean, right now there is, and I can't say, you know, regarding Louisiana for sure, but on a national level, voter suppression, and by that, I'm talking about just, you know, basically making it harder for people to vote, is on the rise big time, and the it's
Does
it's not
that
what
surprise you with the president? No, it
because
doesn't.
you gotta consider that in this case there is a distinction between the parties, but there's one party that doesn't want too many people to vote,
Right.
and uh, because they do better, because you know that's just historic. Okay, that's just the way it's worked out. But the when everybody gets out and votes, and that means we had a young guy over at a meeting the other night, and I said, we know we need you. We need to get you to motivate some of the students around here, and it's critical. I mean, people just don't realize sometimes how critical it is to get out there and vote, preferably early voting.
Early voting.
Exactly. And it's, well, I mean, you know, you look at the employment levels and price of gas and all the other things that I think are kind of on everybody's mind, and one thing we can do about it is vote. And this, like I said at the kickoff for candidates, Plato said about 2,400 years ago, he said, those who don't participate in politics are destined to be ruled by their inferiors. And that means everybody's got to get up and go out and do something. I mean, even if it's just, you know, spending 30 minutes a week or something like that, but get active, get involved, and because it will affect you. And sometimes it happens pretty quick, and sometimes it happens over a longer period of time, but everybody needs to participate.
If you're just joining us, we are here with Al Leggett, and he's with the group Acadiana Progressives, relatively a new group to the area. And Al, how do people listening or viewing us today get in touch?
Well, it's pretty easy. We have a website. We're also on Facebook. You know, you can Google Acadiana Progressive and should come up with our .net site, our acadianaprogressive.net, Facebook, search on Facebook. We have several methods of contact, and we're, you know, trying to improve that as we go along, because that's what we're trying to do, is disseminate information.
And what does the group have coming up?
What do we have coming up? Well, let's see. We have, I'm trying to think, we don't, haven't seen a brown bag lunch schedule. This little get-together we're having right here was about as far as I've been looking ahead. But we have some, as it gets closer to election time, we're going to be having more events. Now,
Good.
Specifically, let me see, we're having a luncheon next week at the Artmosphere.
Okay.
And going to have, at least one political person there. But it's just, you know, we're trying to make contact, build relationships, get, you know, what we think is important information out to, you know, the people here in Acadiana.
You know, another thing I like about the group is that not only are you kind of involved politically, but you're involved in other areas as well. I like your involvement or your concern with the Sierra Club, Trees of Acadiana, the environment here in the state of Louisiana. That's a biggie for me.
Oh, it's a big deal. Yeah, I mean,
and I heard some of the statistics the other night at the meeting about the BP oil spill, and still the after effects going on, and I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's that was tragic, and I mean, you know, progressive is kind of a all-encompassing word.
Right. I was gonna tell you that.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's what we say, all things progressive. And for instance, a few months back, we were helping the local Boy Scout troop, I guess it is. I guess that's what they call them these days. It's been a long time for me, but plant some trees over there at UL, and Then there was another big tree, huge